Hello and welcome back to my channel. I haven't obviously uploaded in a couple of weeks, if you've noticed. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I definitely haven't. I said I was going to do Vlogmas and I uploaded the first week, and then I filmed the second and third week. But I just got really bored when I was editing the videos together, and to me that says it all. These videos were just, to me, really boring to watch, and I didn't want to put something out there that was like boring to watch, basically, because if I'm bored watching my own videos, then that means you guys are just probably going to click off a video. So I've decided to kind of scrap Vlogmas, even though I did film them. All of it was just I was sat in my room. If I'm just sat in my room talking, it just can get a bit boring when every clip is just me. Oh, I'm having my Advent calendar. Oh, let's talk about this for like a second in my room on my lunch break. Like, it just got a bit boring. And even though it was fun to do the first one, I was excited about it. I just figured that when I was editing them that I didn't like them. But as you can tell by the title, this video says 2020. Now, every year I do a sort of recap video. It's not really a recap video, it's more of a montage. And this year, when the whole lockdown thing was announced, I was like, oh my goodness, my 2020 video is going to be shocking. Am I even going to do one? But I thought that instead of doing this massive montage, I'm just going to talk about the very few, and I mean the very few, highlights of 2020. Now, obviously, like, this year has been tough, and the fact that we've all just gotten through it is more than enough. But there are a few things that have happened this year that I'm really proud of, and I wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna talk about them. First off, things that happened that were really fun. VidCon London. Dear me, am I glad that I went to that. I didn't know obviously at the time that it would be the last time I'd see my pals in like the best part of a year, but it was, and you know, like, it's happened and there's literally nothing we can do about it. But I'm so grateful that I went. I even went watching the 1975 that weekend as well. It was my last gig at the O2 in London. I went with Sammy. It was so good. And I'm really glad I decided to do that. A second thing that's been probably the highlight of the year for me, if you've been around for a while, you'll know that I graduated a couple of years ago. I graduated in 2018, and I really struggled to find a job after that. I was working at my local pub, which I adore, but was, you know, I'm I turned 23 this year, and you know, you've been up for like 2 years and it's like you haven't got a job in what you graduated in. It's sort of, it was a bit of a downer. I was, you know, for the past 2 years I was literally searching high and low for a job in the industry that I wanted to work in and gaining experience in the industry that I wanted to work in, but I never got anywhere for a long time until August. I found out I got a social media assistant job, and honestly I'm really proud of myself for that one. I'd worked really hard for it, and frankly, I'm just gonna big myself up here, but I did. I worked really hard for it and I got it, and I was really proud of myself, so that was definitely a highlight. I feel like I haven't spoken about this too much online. My mum was diagnosed with a blood disorder at the beginning of the year. This was just before COVID hit, and she had to have this thing called an ATG, but it didn't fully work. It wasn't fully successful, so she had to have a bone marrow transplant in August, September time. She was in hospital for like 6 weeks. It was scary, but even though going through that was scary, coming out of the other side, she's doing amazingly well at the moment. Yeah, so like, despite that being like probably one of the, if not the scariest thing that's ever happened, she's come out of the other side of it. She's in recovery right now and she's doing amazing, and my friends that have known about it, I just want to say thanks for like just being there. Yeah, it was scary, but we got through it. And so obviously like having that and COVID at the same time has been crazy. Like, you know, if I told myself this time last year like what's happening right now or what's happened this past year, like, you just genuinely wouldn't believe yourself, would you? But it's something I wanted to talk about in this video because it's been a massive part of this year, and it's something that I haven't really spoken about. But hopefully next year we'll praying on this blooming vaccine, and we'll get through it. Fingers crossed there'll be a sitsy, that's all I'm saying. I have to mention the pub quiz. We've done a pub quiz more Sundays than we haven't, and even though no one has a blooming idea what I'm going on about when I say that, the pub that I used to work in, we do a quiz on a Sunday, every Sunday, during the first and the second lockdown. It's been nothing but a joy. But dear me, the fact that we've managed to keep it up. I think we're the only people who's done every single one of them as well. We, as in me and my dad, because my dad answers all the questions. I just answer like some of the questions when I actually know them, and it's very rare that I actually know them. But anyway, it's been something that's happened more Sundays this year than it hasn't happened on a Sunday. Literally more than half the year we've been doing them, which is just funny. Honestly, they just deserve a mention, and the fact that we're going to be taking them into 2021 is kind of weird. But God's sake. Guys, I don't even know what I'm going to do for New Year's. I have no plans. What do you do for New Year's in the middle of a pandemic? Like, nothing, because I think that's what's going to happen. I will literally just sit there and be like, oh, It's midnight. Cool. Happy New Year. I have high hopes for 2021. I really don't want to be looking back at this in like a year's time and being like 2021 was even worse, because I feel like it's not going to be. It cannot be as bad as this year, surely. Do you remember when 2016 was really bad? But this year's just been like 10 times worse. Not even 10 times, a million times worse. Remember that? Everyone was like, oh, 2016 worst year ever. 4 years later. It's something to do with the Olympic years, I feel. I just really want to say, if you're watching this, thanks. Because like, I'm literally hardly uploaded this year and I'm so aware of that. I just really hope you have a better 2021. Because we all deserve it. You deserve it, I deserve it, everyone who's watching this. It's been a shocker, and I hope the next year is a lot better for all of us. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you on this little tiny weeny montage that's probably going to be about 10 seconds long, maybe a bit longer, but it's going to be done. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the new year. I hope you all have a new year, whatever you're up to. Thanks for watching, and enjoy this montage, and I'll catch you guys next year. Have a good one. Be happy, stay sassy, bye! But everyone's had it, that's the thing, you're not supposed to, are you?
Waft it.
Need a hairdryer.
Just waft it. Get started, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, oh, it smells, it reminds me of church.